All right, everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my first Sims 4 video. It's going to be sort of a let's play, not for any particular pack. Sorry, my screen is still loading. As I said, this is my first video, and I'm using a web conferencing service to record this, so we'll see how well it goes. So a little bit about the Sims I'm going to be playing with today. They are both my own creations. They are both spellcasters. Their names are Lucian and Maeve Nix. They're engaged. And they've just bought their first home in Hinford-on-Bagley. Went ahead and had them purchase the Princess Cordelia's secret cottage, and I've edited the cottage a bit. It still looks pretty much the same from the outside. However, the inside has been distressed. The idea is that they have bought this old, secluded, somewhat abandoned cottage, and they're going to renovate it, fix it up, and then probably flip the property. Maybe it will be for a profit, maybe it won't, we'll have to see. And then they'll move to another location in Hinford-on-Bagley and just do the same thing there. They each have different aspirations. Lucian's aspiration is the country caretaker aspiration. So it's going to start off just farming, looking after his animals. Maeve's aspiration is Lady of the Knits. So she wants to learn knitting. Hobby-wise, she also likes the cross-stitch. She's not skilled in anything, neither is Lucian. So probably the first arc of their story will be them both building skills, earning their first 2 life aspirations, and then we'll see where it goes from there. I'm still having trouble getting my screen to fully load, so this will probably be a minute. There it goes, I think. There we go. All right. So as you can see, the cottage, like I said, looks pretty much the same from the outside as it does originally. For people who are new to The Sims 4, Hinford-on-Bagley is the world that came with the cottage living pack. And like I said, this is not a let's play for any particular pack. One of the things that I hope to show people through these videos is the way these different packs can work together. There's more compatibility than I think a lot of Sims players realize between the packs. As someone who enjoys both building, interior decorating, and gameplay, I tend to lean into all 3 of those pretty heavily. I usually concentrate on making my builds gameplay friendly rather than just about the aesthetics. So for those of you who are, let's say you're on console and you can't play with mods or CC, or maybe you're on a lower end PC or laptop and you don't feel comfortable downloading mods or CC, that's okay. I will not be using any of those for these videos. It's just going to be strictly the packs that I own and base game. So part of what I mean about pack cross compatibility, as you can see, if you're doing something like a distressed look in a house, I've got a lot of different packs going on here. Like all of the doors and windows are still the ones that came with this house in cottage living. However, the rest of the material, the flooring is from Get Famous. The rug in the living room is from Get Famous. There is a massive crack in the bedroom that is from Jungle Adventure. So is the little distressed stool in the living room. There are little mouse holes throughout the house. Those, as well as the newspapers in the kitchen, are from cats and dogs. There's some little wall tearing that is also from cats and dogs. There are most of the wall effects are from the Vampires kit, game pack. The shower and coffee table, palette coffee table are from Discover University. This rug in the bedroom is from the Vampires pack. The distressed or used futon, folding chairs, and appliances, stove, fridge, and counters are all from City Living. Sinks and light bulb light fixtures are from Laundry Day. So yeah, you can get quite, oh, and the moldy wallpaper is also from City Living. So yeah, you can make some very interesting builds by blending packs together that you wouldn't ordinarily think would go together. It really just depends on what you're trying to achieve. For instance, I would say Cottage Living and the Vampire Pack have the potential to go well together, along with Discover University and Strangerville and the Vampire Pack all have kind of a mix of Victorian Edwardian aesthetics. I would say the Vampire Pack leans more towards the Victorian Gothic revival style and aesthetic, whereas say Cottage Living is more whimsical. Some of it's faintly Victorian, some of it's maybe a little older than that, a little more fairy tale, a little more timeless. During the Victorian era, there was a movement called the artistic movement, and it was very kind of Renaissance and medieval themed. It's a very interesting movement, but that's where a lot of that classic storybook fairy tale aesthetic comes from. I would say a lot of the core aesthetic of cottagecore, light academia and dark academia all come from the Victorian, early Edwardian period. So yeah, you can look at different packs and really use the various aesthetics to pull together some interesting builds that still flow well together. I'm not saying there's nothing that could be improved on. For instance, I think the development team over at The Sims 4, our artistic team, could really go back through the various packs and at least make sure that there are swatches for all of the wooden furniture that match the base game woods. I think if they did that, you would have people feel a lot more confident about mixing and matching styles, because if you're mixing styles of various eras, it is easier to do so if at least your wood types or your wood colors match. I personally don't worry about that so much. I grew up in a very eclectic household with a mix of different antiques and modern furniture, from various places, in various eras, and no, not all of the wood matches. So I'm used to seeing a mix, but a lot of people aren't. And so I understand the hesitation that a lot of players have when it comes to mixing different packs. So that being said, and of course, it also depends on gameplay. How well does gameplay mesh? I think more gameplay meshes than what most people think. For instance, Laundry Day. Laundry Day goes with pretty much any pack. If you're doing a modern build, great. You can go ahead and have a normal washer and dryer and your average hamper. And yeah, laundry is just normal. If you're doing an older build, an older style build, maybe you're playing a decades challenge. There's a clothesline and there's a wash bucket, and you can get a pretty generic looking little hamper, and it still works. It still works just fine for gameplay and story purposes. And so I find that to be a perfectly useful pack regardless. Seasons goes well with pretty much anything and everything, because it's the changing of the seasons. It affects planting, it affects just general weather conditions and how your Sims deals with that, and it enables holidays, seasonal holidays. So I think that goes well for how anyone and everyone wants to play. I think the upcoming family pack, Growing Together, I think that will go well with just about anything and everything gameplay wise. I don't know how well it'll go for everyone as far as build and buy and cast. However, I think the art style shown thus far seems to be very kind of a mix of mid-century Art Deco and Craftsman. I think you can incorporate that into a lot of builds, more perhaps historical or traditional themed builds, and more modern ones as well. It's just very classic, very timeless type pieces. So yeah, I think things that perhaps don't mesh as well with everything else would be something like Get Famous. Gonna be really honest, I use the build buy a fair bit. Certain things, there's a lot from Get Famous that I just don't use very much when it comes to build buy. But when it comes to, say, the gameplay, I don't use it very much. Not unless I specifically have a sim where I want them to be into social media and social media influencing, and or I want them to be an actor, some type of a performer, and really shine in that area. I do like that it opens up the option for children and teens to get into acting, to get into theater. So from that aspect, if you enjoy family gameplay and you like focusing on the kids and the teenagers, and you want to kind of broaden their after school activities and things that can interest them and involve them, yeah, that is one aspect that's nice about Get Famous. The fame system can be a little annoying. You can toggle it off, but if at any point you do something that would earn that sim fame, it like toggles back on again. So it can get a little annoying there. But for the most part, I just, they gain fame, they lose fame. I don't particularly care. I don't pay much attention to it. So yeah, that's kind of just a basic rundown, just some kind of off the top of my head thoughts when it comes to multiple packs and cross compatibility. So yeah. All right, hopping right into gameplay. Actually, before I hit play, there's a couple little things if you are new to playing The Sims 4. Maybe just you're trying to figure out how different controls work, things of that nature. You'll notice right now that every light in the house is on. You will also notice eventually that your Sims have to pay bills. Part of that is the power bill. The lights affect your power bill. So you'll also notice when you are building for the first time, or maybe you're just changing the interior of a home for the first time, there's a lot of different lights, and you can go to start putting lights into a house and then suddenly realize, oh, not all of the, say, the ceiling fixtures, not all of the ceiling lights put off the same amount of light or even the same shade of light. Okay, so two things to learn how to do. If you want to make the brightness and the shade of light the same, or consistent rather, throughout the house, you click on a light, hit set color and intensity. You can choose to affect only that one light, all of the lights in that room. In this build, I only have one light per room. Or you can choose to affect all lights. I'm going to hit all lights. And you see you have color and dimmer. Okay, I could do, say, neutral white. I think that's kind of harsh. I don't like the look of that one very much, so I'm going to hit warm white instead. But I mean, you can do all kinds of weird colors. You can choose to do orange, you can choose to do yellow, you can do blue, do all kinds of cool lights, depending on the type of build. Okay, I could choose to make all of them dimmer. Or I can set the brightness all the way up, so they all shine the same amount. Okay, I'm gonna do full brightness. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on the light again. I'm gonna hit auto lights, and it's the same thing. Affect one light, just that room, or all lights. I'm gonna auto light all lights. When you hit to auto light, that means that if a sim is not in a room, the lights are not on. When your sim enters the room, the lights turn on. You can do the same thing to fireplaces. Some fireplaces have it automatically, the really expensive ones. The less expensive ones, you can upgrade them, which I don't recommend having a sim attempt to do that off the bat. For one thing, they will not be able to right from the beginning. They have to level up their handiness skill. I believe they have to level up their handiness skill by a bit, and you have to have the upgrade parts, which you can purchase on a computer. So yeah, you'll want to upgrade that skill, get the upgrade parts, and then you can click on a fireplace, and as long as it is not lit, you can choose to upgrade it to auto light. So when your sim leaves the room, turns off. When your sim enters the room, turns back on. Kind of cool. I don't think those have a power consumption thing, because the fireplaces, well, there are some electric fireplaces in the game, not many, but there's a few. But for the most part, fireplaces operate off the grid, so therefore they do not consume power. Okay. So Lucian wants to stay outdoors for 8 hours. And just to give you guys an idea of his skills, he is active, family-oriented, loves the outdoors, and because of his aspiration, he has the collector aspiration. It's from choosing nature aspiration. Okay, likes and dislikes, he has no likes or dislikes. Public image, it's neutral, and he's staying out of the spotlight. Public image comes into play if you have get famous. Okay, so he's going to stay outside. Should be real simple for him. We're going to have him purchase some seeds. So we have 4 garden beds. So what we're going to start off with is starter herbs, starter fruits, starter vegetables, and then one oversized crop. And I'm going to do I think we're going to do the eggplant. He also wants to mentor a child. They are not expecting a child. They're not planning to have a baby right now. So yeah. Gonna have him open seed packs. And open. Have him come over here and plant oversized crop. Okay. So you can load up to like 7 or 8 actions, depending on the actions. So then when I hit play, he'll just go straight ahead and do that. Maeve wants to leave a note for someone. If you have the parented pack, there is a kind of a family note board. It's like a whiteboard or chalkboard that they can just mark. It has a clock on it that you can manage children's curfew from. You can leave notes, you can leave drawings for other Sims. Yeah, it's a family bulletin board. I have not bought that for them right now, and I'm not going to. It's kind of unnecessary, and they're on a tight budget. So I'm not going to promise to do that for her. However, she does want to become inspired. This is fairly easy to do. If you have a teapot, which they do not have, but you can find it under small appliances in the Build Buy catalog. You can change a Sim's mood fairly quickly using that, or you can have them just take a thoughtful shower, and that will cause a Sim to become creative. Okay, one other thing. If you've played The Sims maybe for a little while and you are tired of the welcome wagon, you can turn that off. Click on the front door, hit no trespassing, disallow solicitors. I'm going to allow the welcome wagon to happen, simply because it'll be good. These are new Sims in a new place. This will allow them to get to know their neighbors a little, build social skills. Neither of them have any skills right now, so hopefully that'll help them to gain a little of the charisma skill. Always good to have because it helps interactions run more smoothly. Don't think of it as being charismatic. Think of it as learning people skills, which everyone should have. Okay. Do that. And it's important that we go ahead and get a garden started because this lot has two lot traits. Excuse me, 2 lot challenges and 1 lot trait. If y'all hear barking in the background, I apologize. That would be the puppy dogs next door, and I think my own dog. They're all at our fence line barking at each other, and they're quite loud. Okay, so what came with the herbs, fruits, and vegetables? A little disappointed with fruits. I don't really want to. This world is set kind of like rural countryside and place like England. Don't necessarily know that they'd be growing banana trees. I don't know that they have the right climate for it, really. I mean, who needs realism? It's The Sims, right? But still. We've got some basil, love basil personally, and some sage. Okay, so we're gonna plant 1 of each of those, and then the rest of it, those aren't seeds. Those are actually, I know they call them seed packets, but those aren't seeds. Those are the actual plant. So we're gonna put the ingredients over in the fridge. Okay.
Do you know how to put together the jalapeno poppers?
No.
Just putting the wontons down in the little tray and filling up the cream cheese filling, putting the bacon, all that stuff. I can't do everything because I'm having to drop her off and help her out with setting the setup. So you might end up having to do that.
So for anyone who heard that little exchange, I apologize. It is Super Bowl Sunday. And my brother is telling me that he's going to be leaving our house shortly to take our mom somewhere. and he wants me to put together an appetizer for us later while he's gone. But he's not leaving yet, so I don't have to worry about stopping this video quite yet. When that time comes, I'll probably just pause my recording, go into what I need to tend to, come back and restart. So hopefully that should all go well. Shouldn't cause too many issues. Yeah. So herbs. Actually, I will probably move those. Mushrooms. So all of those are gonna go. Actually, buddy, could you go? Hey, buddy, could you shut that door, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Then I apologize. The room that I am recording in, it's kind of a central room in my house, but it is where our internet router is. We only have one router. We have no boosters. And so in order to get a good connection while I record the video, hopefully that will allow me to have a really good video quality, I really have to set up in this room. And because it's a central room, there's a lot of kind of ambient noise that happens, ambient conversations that happen. So I'm gonna plant the trees right there, because if I plant a tree, it will stick it right in the middle of the whole garden plot or garden bed area like that. And I won't be able to plant anything else there. Seems kind of a waste. So then I'm gonna put both the plantains or bananas fridge and the apples. And I'm actually going to buy the fruit starter fruits again, see if I can get different results. More apples and grapes. Okay. That's fine. He will find, I know he will find more fruits and veggies out in the world. There's blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, the choco berries. Yeah, that is how this world has chocolate. Go figure. Okay. And then he's just gonna plant everything. And you don't actually have to click on everything to get it to plant. The reason I'm clicking on two different things is because he may plant these things that are out of the beds and then not move on to the stuff that is in the beds. So if I click on one plant on one bed, he'll automatically want to go plant everything else. Okay. Then name the animal shed. Going to name the chicken coop. And we are going to purchase an animal for the animal shed. Yeah, the two lot challenges that are on this lot is the simple living. Both lot challenges come with this pack, with the cottage living pack. Simple living just means that your Sims can only make meals that they already have ingredients for. How they source those ingredients is up to you, the player. It can be stuff that's grown on the lot. It can be groceries from ordering groceries, or it can be things you found out in the world, or things that you had your Sim shop for. It doesn't matter, but they must have those ingredients in the house on hand in order to make the meal. For that reason, it would make a lot of sense to have a cow. However, they're on a very tight budget right now. Neither of them has employment. Through the process of renovating and flipping this cottage, I will probably get Maeve interested in interior design and probably have her become an interior decorator. But that won't happen right off the bat. So in order to keep her costs low for knitting, because that is her life aspiration, I'm going to go ahead and purchase a llama. Llamas are a little cheaper than cows. And the wool that is produced, she can knit things, she can cross stitch things, turn around and sell those finished products and hopefully make a profit. Hopefully, we'll see. So that, and then we're going to have some chickens. So that way we have eggs, because we can sell eggs. We can use eggs as the ingredients and different things. So we're going to get a brown rooster and 2 brown hens. All right. Let's name the llama. Name llama Cotton. Okay. And then he's going to, after he's done planting and watering all of the plants, he will go socialize with the llama. I love the llama socialization. Ask if llama got its groove back. Just a cheeky little reference there. All right, Maeve. She's finished her shower. She also wants to go and stay outside for 8 hours. So I'm going to have her go socialize with the chickens. I'm going to name the rooster first, Egbert. And the 2 hens are going to be named Maple and May. That's funny. It suggested naming one of the hens May, M-A-E, and that is actually my middle name. So that is musing. All right, just gonna go and remind it of dinosaur heritage. Not that chickens need to be reminded. They believe they are dinosaurs, and I'm convinced they're right. Ask what came first, May or the egg. Urge to hold egg stalks. Question existence of shared chicken verse. The other lot challenge that is on this lot is the wild foxes, which means wild foxes come and visit the lot frequently, disturbing the chickens, rabbits, and garden. Will attempt to steal eggs from the chicken coop. If there's a llama nearby, the llama will usually disrupt them. It doesn't always work. Ooh, Lucian's off to kind of a bad start with Cotton the llama. We'll see. Hopefully he'll make it up. Yeah, you want to build up at least a little relationship with the llama before you try to shear its wool for the first time. Same if you're going to milk a cow. We're going to have a somewhat decent relationship with them first. Another thing to keep in mind if you have never played with cottage living before, if you go ahead and scatter feed like 2 or 3 times all at once, your chickens will just eat on that for like, well, depending on the number of chickens you have, for like 2 days. So you won't have to worry about feeding them again for a little while. She's also going to, so Maeve is going to scatter feed 3 times. She's going to collect some eggs. Gonna have Lucian go and try his hand at fishing. There are 2 fishing spots somewhat nearby. So if you go down from the house, and you can see I've scrolled out on the map. So their home is up here on this little kind of hilly mountain. And there's 2 nearby, sort of nearby, fishing spots. There is one, if I go down and come all the way over here, there's one. There's a little sign right there. Or, and this is closer to him, there's this one over here. I'm going to have him do the one that's closest. But it's going to take, I think these are both more advanced fishing spots, so he will probably need to fish there for a while, gaining some fishing skill before he manages to have any real success. Okay, and the first of the neighbors has shown up for the welcome wagon. There is another one. And the welcome wagon doesn't really start until most, if not all, of your guests have arrived. Okay, so Maeve collected 1 egg. It is normal. It is not hatchable. It's okay. I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Now, I could have just clicked on the egg and selected put away, then she'd have walked to the fridge, put it away. But I just chose to just click it, hold, drag over to the fridge, and it went in, no problem. So she's gonna come and greet this neighbor, give a friendly introduction. He is scared for some reason. I hope he's not scared of her. She is a spellcaster, so shock and awe factor. She doesn't quite look it as much as Lucian. So she's gonna try to console. Hopefully we'll cheer him up a little. Interests. I apologize for my screen going wonky just now. Need to plug in my battery. Or, excuse me, plug in my charging cord, rather. Okay. Should be fine now in just a second. All right. There we go.
Nibahana Ufrim. Huh?
Hey, Finn.
Vapin?
Dibble is Varspa.
Huh.
Oh, he's even more freaked out than he was before.
Huh?
Tibu Umbik? Ah, Dorna.
Oh. Chobaba Exenoi? Yeshlaquis. Arim Boya. Mephite Nebris.
Thanks to boy.
Smurgus. Tura Quink. Kuzip. Cleavar. Oh, Nabaquink. Oh.
Exnoi Mippum? Leffel.
Oh. Ooh. Serpino Finay.
Nadizi.
Aha.
Ah, Lucian actually did catch something. He caught a minnow, which we're just going to sell because we're not going to have them cook a minnow. Minnows are itty bitty. Actually been fishing before, actually caught one. Usually use that as bait for larger fish. Yeah, exactly. In the description, it says a fish so small it's best used to catch other fish. Absolutely right. So we're gonna just sell it because he's not at a point where he can use bait yet.
Lisserac?
Uh-huh.
Ah, Yibs.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Dimisomas. Unka Plashu.
Lim la. Beshna. Skibero de Shibi. Quinay. Hibby Chib.
Ooh, Yikla Shippy.
Nadizi.
Naya Floof. Skoo.
Uh-huh.
Betessa Bomita. Basic Musma Florib. Seneca Bispa Plo Nide. Bruhana Deloba. Sipoma. Mifwa. Nahara Oberoi.
Novatintu.
Ayuya. Polypha Gribix.
Ah, Vidish. Sans?
Ah.
Exnoi? Oh, Bobanef.
Oh, yes.
Linda Bobanef.
sure,
Sambo.
Bon and Gravi.
So essentially, we're just having her
Yes.
chit chat,
Floima Sharnu. Ah, yoyum.
gain charisma skill, gaining a positive reputation,
Prince Kubarao. Sans.
take care of her bladder need. I see a lot of other Sims players kind of ignore needs until the sim is about to just lose control of their bladder or they just slump over exhausted. It's better to just go ahead and take care of it early. It doesn't take that long, and then you can have them get back to what they're doing and they don't have embarrassing moments. I don't know. I guess some people just like torturing their sims, and that's fine. Okay, so Lucian is having some trouble fishing. That's okay. We're just gonna have them keep trying.
Ifu Kimba.
Vadish. Doba.
Fwis.
And
Oh.
Doop done a changle. Boona, 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 boona.
I'm going to see if we can have her. We can have Neve take photos. Take photos with her neighbor. Eric. Again, if y'all hear barking in the background, that would be my puppy. She heard a sound at our front door, and she's very excited. I know she sounds ferocious and massive. She's not. She's just a very happy puppy. Photography is art. Maeve seems to be enjoying framing the perfect shot. Should she gain the likes photography preference? I apologize. I'm dealing with some allergies, some draining issues, and it kind of has me stuttering a bit. Hopefully we'll get better throughout the day. Okay. Select yes. She needs to be decent at photography for her future career. We're just going to take a couple different ones. Like this. I think this is just hilarious. All right. Okay, so she shot 4 different pictures. So we're going to go to her inventory and we're going to take a look. Highest quality one will be first, and it is normal. Second one, quality normal. Third one, quality normal. Fourth one, quality is also normal. So they're all decent photos. So for now, I'm just going to have her do a little decorating. There. There. Change the frame. Probably just do the light wood. Others on the 2 of the others on the dresser. One thought is that Derek might sort of come to be a grandfather type figure to Maeve. Might be nice. Frame. Light wood. Light wood. And oh, right, I haven't set which sides of the bed her and Lucian will want to use. Just put her nearest the outdoor window, perhaps. There. Add frame, and you know what? Let's add a nice silver frame to that one. Okay. Could I have just sold them? Yes, and if any of them had been poor quality, I would have. But right now. Right. I'm just gonna have her continue to chat with him. There's Derek's partner. So that'll officially kick off the welcome wagon. She'll offer a friendly introduction. Lucian is still trying to fish. Oh, he finally caught one. He caught a trout. Actually, let's just. Here's the thing, if a freshly caught fish stays in a Sim's inventory for too long, the quality will deteriorate. So right now, the quality is excellent. It will go down to spoiled if it doesn't go in the fridge fairly quick. And it will still spoil eventually, but it'll take a lot longer too if it's in the fridge. That's not a good fridge either, so. So you have Ian Moody and Derek McMillan. Those are the two neighbors who have come over. Lucian has caught a gummy guppy. Interesting. They will probably be selling that one. Can't really imagine them cooking with a gummy guppy. Okay. He is hungry. So we're going to have him stop fishing, come up here, pick up a serving of the fruit cake that has been brought over, because why let that go to waste? Maeve is going to end up being hungry too, I believe, so we'll go ahead and have her take a piece. I've never gotten that notification before. Derek told Maeve, I hope you like the fruitcake. It's a family heirloom. Hope he means the recipe is not the actual cake itself. All right, and the welcome wagon is finished. Seem to have ended on a positive note, so that's good. So Lucian's gonna come home. He'll have a piece of the fruit cake, then use the restroom, and have Maeve, after she cleans up her plate, she'll go ahead and put away the, well, No, she won't put away the fruitcake just yet because Lucian still has to come get some. What I will have her do is, let's see. We'll go have her go over and talk to the llama.
Wogan Plotso.
Oh, yet another neighbor has come to visit. This is Rami. I'm not entirely certain of the pronunciation of her name. Mrs. Watson. Have Maeve go over, offer a friendly introduction. Okay, Lucian. Go ahead. Eat your fruitcake.
Dag. Dag. Oh. Viva Deso. Viva Deso Yerno Varo. Chino Sabamis Knilzia Kroots. Eh? Jeffana Thivanahu. Benar Pelka.
Wonder how many servings of the fruitcake are left. 4 servings are left.
Saquinario Sabard.
Lucian did not enjoy his fruitcake. He's like, what did I just eat? Whereas Maeve enjoyed it, so good to note for future reference. She's gonna learn how to cook. Question is what can she cook? What do they have that she can use? Nothing. She can cook nothing. That's interesting. I would have thought she'd be able to make the gardens. No, she has to have any tomato or any lettuce. Vegetable dumplings, she needs flour. Cheese, she needs milk. Flour. So we are going to have to go ahead and order, I think, flour and sugar, at least. And some milk. So that way she can at least make the things that are going to be basic ingredients for other foods. For now, she's satisfied and happy. So I'm going to have her clean up all the dishes. And have him, he is not particularly happy. That's okay. He wants to catch another fish. He wants to make a great catch, specifically. I'm gonna pause for a second, because that's the thing. I could just leave the game kind of running, so to speak, while I figure out where I want a sim to go, but I feel like that's a waste of time. He's just standing there otherwise. So okay. I'm gonna have him go back to fishing. After she's done cleaning up plates, I'm gonna have her watch the cooking channel. And when Lucian is done fishing, sign right side of the bed to Lucian, sign left side of the bed to Maeve. When Lucian is done fishing, he's going to come home and refill the feed for Cotton. And then I'll check again to see the cleanliness status of the animal shed and the chicken coop. It's possible he'll need to clean both of those. Send everyone who's here home. Any guests that other than Mrs. Watson, that I haven't noticed. I don't think there are any, but just in case. You know what? It is now 9 o'clock. I'm going to have Maeve use the toilet, brush teeth, and go to bed. Lucian is becoming very tired, so he is going to come home. It's still clean. There is one egg to collect, so I'll have him do that after he's done refilling the feed in the animal shed. And then, yeah, he will also use the toilet, brush his teeth, and go to bed. Hopefully in the morning, Maeve will be able to make... She can't make golden eggs and toast. I was fairly certain she could make scrambled eggs, though. No, it's eggs and toast. She doesn't have any bread. So, yeah, in the morning, they're going to have to eat fruitcake. And order some groceries. So that has been their first day. So hopefully won't have any trouble with foxes during the night. She's really hungry. So first thing, as soon as she wakes up, she's gonna get leftovers. The bed is not a good bed, so she has a sore back. She's not terribly happy right now. Don't blame her. Oh, there's a mouse. It's lovely. See a rodent running around in your kitchen. Suspicious squeaking from noticing a mouse. Just not happy about that. And I put it in kind of an inconvenient location, but she can place a trap. Well, they'll let me make the action. I don't know if she'll actually be able to do it, but yeah. Their first goals as soon as they start making some money is going to be, yeah, no, she can't place a trap. No, there's one in the living room too. She's going to go place a trap there. And I think I also had one in the bedroom. I think. All right, so now that she's had breakfast and cleaned up, she's gonna go use the restroom. Take a thoughtful shower. Lucian's gonna come in and eat breakfast. He's not gonna be happy about it, but
Oh.
so once Maeve is done brushing her teeth, she's gonna come out, spray the garden patch for bugs, water anything that needs to be watered. Just generally take care of the garden a bit. Lucian, let's see, he's finished eating. Come on, buddy. She's not always gonna clean up after you. Clean up your plate. He wants to eat food. Well, he just did, but he's not happy about the food he did eat, so I'm gonna have him take a shower. Take a thoughtful shower. Brush teeth. He's gonna come out here. Clean shed. Clean llama. Chat with the llama. Maeve is going to clean the chicken coop. Collect some eggs. She's already hungry again. Well, she's not, but she's getting close to it. And the mushrooms that were planted are actually already ready to harvest, so we'll have Maeve do that. So we have some more ingredients. No hatchable eggs yet. It's okay though, sometimes it takes a while. So she gathered 2 eggs and 6 mushrooms. Very nice. Have her go into the kitchen. Okay, Darren sent us a text message saying that there's someone famous over at a lounge. Don't know which one. And he's asking if Maeve wants to go check it out. We're going to say no for right now. Kind of busy tending to things at home. Cook. See, is there anything she can make now? We have some mushrooms and some eggs. No. Still no. Okay. Let me see. What is her cooking skill? Level. So her cooking skill is level 1, her charisma skill is level 1, her gardening skill is level 1, and her photography skill is also level 1. Okay. Let's have her go. Watch cooking channel for a little while. Hopefully that'll help with all of that. Maeve is already hungry again. Let's see if she can go ahead and order. There used to be a thing where you could just get a quick meal. She can make a veggie and hummus sandwich as a sack lunch. I wonder if that replaced the quick meal thing. You can start making sack lunches, I think, once you have parenthood. So we'll have her just do that. Oof. So Lucian failed to shear Cotton's wool. It's okay though. Gonna hug, pet, talk about llama economics, then try again. So check on the chicken coop. No, that's fine. Maeve just reached level 2 of the cooking skill. And let's see if she can cook anything now. Because every time she can make scrambled eggs with bacon. Every time you move up in the cooking skill, you gain new recipes. If the recipe requires different things. So, Lucian, I'm gonna have him set the table. Let's go with the tan. Casual tan. Maeve is getting a phone call. Hey Maeve, I've been thinking about getting a new job. What do you think? You're just gonna say yes. Think you should try a new career.
Swinke, Sarif.
Unpack sack lunch. Here, have her unpack sack lunch. Have them both eat lunch together. Hopefully that will resolve some things. So we're gonna get Lucian to go to the bathroom, brush teeth, and have him go fishing again. Well, actually, on the way to go fishing, we can work on another of his aspiration things. Can chat with some birds. Can do 2 of the social interactions with birds, and then go fishing. Maeve is going to we're gonna go ahead and buy. I'm gonna buy the knitting tool bag and the nope, I wanted activities and skills. Okay, so I'm gonna have her probably get the beginner's yarn basket rather than the super stash. It's not a huge difference price wise, but it is a difference. Yeah, that one's cute. And she's gonna put it directly in her inventory, so it doesn't really matter where I place it. The cross stitch kit, that matters a little more. I'm just gonna have her get one of the kind of plain ones. Can always change the swatch later. And I'm just gonna put it over here next to the rocking chair. Have her put that in inventory, rock on the rocking chair, and see about knitting something.
New beam. Shorg.
Strap. All right, knit clothing. Let's have her knit a beanie, maybe? Okay, this one won't cost anything because this requires white llama wool. She's going to start knitting, and that will make her happy. That will make her very happy.
right, Chirpney? Closer ain't good.
You know, we're actually going to name this flock of wild birds feathered fronts. Once he starts fishing, his fun motive should go up a bit. Okay. So yeah, they're just working on some skill stuff right now, so they're happy. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pause things there and stop the video for now. And we will pick back up with this from here. So if there's any issues with the quality of the video, if things got a bit blurry, then I do apologize. I don't have a gaming laptop. I'm not hardwired into my internet, so there's a couple different factors at play there. The game is clear from what I can see, but of course, taking into account a video recording, that might not be so clear. So I do apologize for that. So hope you have a wonderful day, and see you all next time.